Hey guys, it's Jaden. In season 1, we learned that magic is real. In season 2, we became kings and queens. In season 3, we sailed a ship around the world. In season 4, we lost someone we loved. And in season 5, we realized we had everything we needed already. It's time for the series finale, season 5, episode 13 of The Magicians. And before we really get into the video, like, comment, subscribe. Really want to know your feelings about The Magicians, because I just, who else am I going to talk about it anymore? It's over. So, literally, just let me know. I want to talk. Before, we really get into it, though, I shot this video already once, and it turned out to be kind of a mess and all over the place, and I don't feel like doing that. Granted, also, here's another thing. I do have to go to work in the morning, so cannot really do a typical review, nor do I think I really want to, because it's The Magician's last episode. You really should watch it. It's completely worth it. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be on Netflix in, next week or in, 3 weeks, something like that. So honestly, this is one of those times when you really should watch it. I'm gonna go on down the list some notable highlights, though. I will talk about some notable highlights because I have a lot of opinions about this show, and how it's really gone. Starting with just notable. Santa's still here, giving Alice the greatest pep talk of her life. Turns out that he's the one who gave Alice the world seed page that basically started this entire season in the first place. So kudos. Everybody's here for the crew. Everybody, except Katie, who's doing her hedge witch bad bitch things. Basically, it's Heist 2.0. How to get away with destroying Fillory without murdering all the people on it. We love a plan. The girls, Alice, Finn, and Zelda are sent to Nightlands to go form the seed and deal with that. Turns out I was wrong. Finn did put the seed in her vagina. Josh, Margaret, Elliot are going to go rescue all the people and kill Fillory. Julia's water breaks, so we know where she's going. To the infirmary, which you would think she would go to a hospital, but now thinking about it, that's really the only thing they have close to a magical hospital without building a whole new set. Fog 40 returns. He's crazy from the etheric realm. What's another notable thing? Hyman and Charlton, they have this whole mind meld situation, so Hyman really just didn't want his body anymore, so he gave it to Charlton, and Charlton now is inside Hyman's body. That was an interesting little fun fact. Fog 40 ends up stealing the world seed and cutting the ripped cord between the baby and Julia. Rupert Chatwin ends up starting Ragnarok and releasing the dead to get his lover, and it turns out his lover was really his brother, because his lover supposedly passed on centuries ago. So, guess what? Martin Chapman is here to stay, 6 fingers in all, ready to cast some deadly spells. 7 ends up saving Elliot, so that was a good little featurette in the situation. Alice, Finn, and Zelda. Oh my gosh, real quick. Zelda dies. I'm sad. But she gives Alice another good pep talk of being like, you are all you need. Understand that. One hand is just enough. Which I thought she would get her fingers back. You're saying that of all the magicians in the world and everything that can happen, you haven't found somebody to literally replace your hand? Magic can do pretty much anything and fly people to the moon, but you can't really put the fingers back together. That seems a little like a bit of a plot hole to really give her some spiritual growth or personal growth, but alright, whatever. Julia almost dies. Turns out the baby's fine. Prue tells Penny about the fact that this is actually the second go around of this. I already went back in time once, talked to my grandmama, and everyone died except Josh. So yeah, Penny figures out the fog wasn't crazy, so that was a good thing, that all the crazy then goes into a cat. And Dean Fogg basically tells everybody, yo, this is what needs to happen. Here's where the seed is. Attach the link between the 3 of y'all, I guess. That's what I'm encountering it as, more of 3 situations, such as, the ranch, the baby, Penny, Julia. Julia is a lemon pepper. So they're all connected as one now, with Penny being the conduit that can, handle the crazy. Margot was ready to sacrifice herself for both Josh and Elliot. We love to see it. We love to see character what? Growth. Margot starts Ragnarok. Penny finds out that he can travel with the baby. He saves Margot. Josh, Margot, Alice begin casting while Finn feeds the world seed her memories of what she really wants, and it's the best of Earth, best of Fillory, and cool movies that Todd and she watched. So great that we got to see Todd in a thought, not really on the screen. World and Transforbes. Then we get an epilogue going down the list. I believe it was hedge witches, bad bitches all the day long. Now have a resident lunatic to deal with the moon, changing circumstances and all. Elliot is now a staff member at Breakbills, thinking that was gonna fix him, and then Charlton is like, yo, I figured out what that bracelet you got from Santa did, and it basically turned Charlton into Charlton. And then Elliot's like, oh my god, Sab, do you think I'm gonna find him one day? Turns out he's with his sister in the little bubble outside of time and space. That's cute. They can spend eternity together. And Charlton's like, what? Sir, what about me? He takes a chance. And I'm just like, we love to see it. We love to see it. He's literally probably the only person that knows Elliot the best because he literally lived in Elliot's head. So we are here for that relationship, and Hyman got to watch. So that's that. Penny, Julia, and HQ, Hope, Quentin, Adiotti, Whitaker, or Whitaker, Adiotti. They seem like a really good hyphenated family type situation, not a singular last name. We couldn't, not with Julia being a goddess, former goddess and all, we wouldn't dare. So more of a Whitaker, Adiotti type situation. And then we talk about the crew basically on top of the planet. So we have Alice, Finn, Margot, and Josh on this new world with nothing on it. There are fields of bacon, knives trees, pizza trees, and it's just a place where everyone can start. Finn dubs Margot High King, Margot the creator, and she lets everyone out. Okay, so this is a wild thing, but The Magicians has always been a show, even a book, about the individual stories and about the growth of everyone that's going, throughout their lives. I think that's really evident, especially within other books, because the book really focuses on their lives from basically being in school to basically being like in their early 30s. And this is more in those like sped up versions of it, and they kind of went off book on this whole. I would love it if Lev Grossman made short stories basically expanding upon the world outside of it, but not in like the J.K. Rowling way of like just giving tidbits as tweets. I just think like an expanded situation would be great. Kind of along the round of like a Pottermore, but just like short stories about other aspects or short or small characters inside of the realm. That would be actually really cool. The Magicians has always been a story about other people's stories. It focused on the whole idea of like you can make your own story, you can figure out what you truly want to do. You are the manifester of your own destiny, and you're the only one that's in charge that can take charge to be the one and only person. You are enough. There's actually something funny in this episode when Alice walked in the room saying like, I'm going to accept everything that I am. And Margot just was like, Instagram that caption later, and laughed. That was funny. But it's true, that's pretty much what the story is about. It's a really big story about self-acceptance and growth and about love. And, shit happens, but you have to get up at the end of the day and still keep on moving. You can't just lie down and die. Like, sometimes the worst things that happen to you happen, but you cannot let the worst things that happen to you define you. Because you are not, I kind of believe this, but I truly believe this actually, you are not the worst thing you've done, and you are not the worst thing that's happened to you. You're more than that. You are more than what everyone says about you. This is a weird time, especially since like Steven Universe just ended, and we're dealing with the Rona. I'm just in the house with my own emotions, and it's just weird because this show has been in my life for like 5 years, and I'd say it's made like a really big impact. Ooh, nope, not doing that on camera. And it's really made a big impact that has really made me realize that I need to work more towards what I want in my life to truly get what I want. And it also made me realize that can slow down and I'm in a good point in my life, and that I need to enjoy what's happening right now, even though we're in the Rona. But like even that, you can find some type of enjoyment or some type of fulfillment in just the little things that happen to you. Regarding to the characters at hand in the story, I do have one plot hole. Main plot hole for me is, where is Q's son? I'm okay that Q didn't come back for last episode because his story was kind of already done. But I just, like, we never got the answer to where's Q's son. What happened to Todd? Would love to know that. But I think this entire season has kind of done a good job at least wrapping up a lot of storylines from people from past, mainly season 1 people, and getting that all wrapped up. And I think that I'm just really happy that at least they get to end their story how they truly want to. And even though the story ended with a beginning, that's okay. That really is okay. Do I think this would have gotten a season 6? No, I think that if we were going to get a season 6, we would not have gotten that ending, because that wraps us into a weird situation that creates a very conflict-less TV show. Yeah, you can create conflict, but what else can actually happen to these people that we haven't shown on screen that would actually be entertaining at this point? What I could see a season 6 would have been just like a quick 6 episodes of everyone just really getting the recap exactly where they are and what they're doing and adventures with those people. That would have probably been the entire season, to be honest. I don't really think that a season 6 would have worked, especially with this ending. But yeah, that's pretty much the video today. I don't really have anything other thoughts. It's just The Magicians is over. It's really sad, but I'm happy that the episode happened the way it did, that it gave a lot of closure. I do think there was pacing issues, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm happy that this show is existing, because I don't think that other fantasy-related shows are actually being able to hit this type of quality, especially for the budget they have. Like, if you think about it, imagine this show, even though this wouldn't be a show, this would be a completely different show on an HBO or a Showtime or something like that. But imagine the show with their budget, the amount of effects and everything like that. And this has always been a show rooted in magic, but not really. It's more of those things about they talk about it a lot, but they don't really do that much of it, if you really think about it. It's really just a couple of practical little things here and there, or this has to be for this instance. But I don't know. I'm really happy for the show. I'm happy for everybody involved in the project, and I'm happy that people get to grow and do other things and grow as actors and actresses and production and people like that. I think they did a really good job casting a lot of the people in the show. I think the person I'll miss the most is, I cannot remember this man's name, but the person who plays Penny. I think he's probably my favorite actor on the show besides Hale. That's why I don't know why I know this man's name. Besides Hale, but also I know Summers because I literally just saw it. Summer, who plays Margot, is probably my favorite character of the show, especially since she really represented a lot of the growth. She went from being this loud, brash, sass, and crazy, very powerful woman to being a woman who recognized my power is still my power, and I don't need to be reckless just to tell everybody that I'm powerful. And she grew into this really caring individual, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is my video today. I just gotta go. I gotta edit. I gotta go to sleep. Gotta work. It's the Rona out here. Days are passing by. I'm losing time. I'm already having issues. So, anyway, thank you all so much for watching.